Syrian border guards foiled an attempt by terrorists to infiltrate into Syrian territories from Lebanese territories in the area of Tel Kalakh in Homs countryside. The attempt was accompanied with gunfire by the terrorists from the Lebanese side against border points. Several terrorists were hit while the rest of them fled away into Lebanon. In Idlib countryside, a Syrian Arab Army unit killed and wounded several terrorists in a number of countryside villages and towns. Also in al-Hasaki countryside, as a Syrian Arab Army unit destroyed a convoy of vehicles carrying machine guns and killed and wounded the terrorists in them in the town of Hamis in the countryside of al-Qamishli. In the countryside of Latakia, a Syrian Arab Army unit targeted a gathering of terrorists of the so-called Jabhat al-Nusra, killing and wounding a large number of them, including Abu Ubaida al-Tatwani of Moroccan nationality and Ahmad Omar, leader of the so-called the Brigades of the Kurdish Mountains. A Syrian Arab Army unit also destroyed 3 vehicles full of weapons and destroyed 2 pickup vehicles carrying machine guns in the village of Jub al-Ahmar, in addition to a lorry full of ammunition. Syrian border guards and security forces at the crossing point of Jdeid Yabous in Damascus countryside captured 2 vehicles full of weapons and ammunition being prepared to be smuggled into Syria. Those in the 2 vehicles were arrested and the weapons and ammunition were confiscated. As our armed forces achieved significant successes in various areas, the General Command of the Syrian Army asserted that our heroes continued their noble mission of chasing the terrorists of the so-called Victory Front, al-Nusra Front and the NATO mercenaries. The statement added that in the framework of the plan of the General Command to control Damascus countryside and after the successes achieved by the Syrian Arab Army in Daraya city, units of our forces carried out an operation in eastern Ghouta which led to surrounding the whole area, and work is underway to expel the remaining terrorists out of the Ghouta and Damascus countryside, aiming to restore security all over the homeland. The statement said that the General Command will continue announcing the achievements of the Syrian Arab Army in combating terrorists on the ground, thanking honest citizens for their cooperation with the armed forces. The General Command also reiterated its calls for those who were misled into bearing arms to abandon their weapons so that their status can be resolved, similar to those who returned to the right path before, which helps stop bloodshed and restore security and stability to the country. The news camera presented part of the operations of the Syrian Armed Forces in the eastern Ghouta in Damascus countryside.
Syria to join the armed terrorists there. He entered Syria and more were expected to follow. Some of them traveled to Syria from Egypt, while others went directly from Germany. The paper quoted security sources as saying that there were nearly 700 European Islamic jihadists already in Syria. They entered from neighboring countries like Turkey. Moreover, the German paper Der Spiegel said there was a crippled German terrorist on a wheelchair fighting with al-Qaeda terrorists. The International Center for the Study of Extremism in London has recently asserted that hundreds of extremists from 14 European countries went to Syria to fight with the terrorists of al-Qaeda. They carry the nationalities of Germany, Britain, France, Holland, and the countries of Northern Europe. The French paper said that foreign extremists in Syria were more than those foreigners who fought against the Soviet forces in Afghanistan. This caused France to reconsider the question of arming those terrorists. Several major European papers like The Guardian, The Daily Telegraph, The Times, The Washington Post and Le Figaro said those terrorists were fighting with Al-Qaeda branch known as Jabhat al-Nusra. Yet the West countries claimed that they supported democracy and fought terrorism, while terrorism is surely a Western product.